So I've often heard the phrase forward head posture, but I didn't really know what it was till I gave an introductory Alexander technique lesson to a chiropractor a few weeks ago. And I wanted him to stop compressing his neck like this. And he complained that the orientation of the head releasing forward and away from the torso was forward head posture. So I started taking photos and showing him what was going on, and I'm not sure I did him much good. So when the head's balanced on top of the spine, then it's much easier to move freely, to breathe freely, and you'll think more clearly, and your emotions are less likely to be depressed and contorted. Now when the head tips forward or back, the pull on the spine is greatly increased by as much as 4 or 5 times. So you can see this by just like holding a weight like this, and then comparing it with what happens when you hold it like this. So when the weight's not balanced, it takes a lot more effort to hold up. So when the head is on top of the spine, you can move easily and lightly. But for every inch that your head moves forward or back, it gains about 10 pounds in weight, according to this website, chiro.org. So I basically agree with the chiropractor's diagnosis of the problem of forward head posture, and I'd say the same thing would apply to the head tilting back and down. That's going to add an enormous amount of abnormal leverage under the spine, pulling the whole spine out of alignment. Where I would disagree is the chiropractor will typically or frequently give exercises to overcome forward head posture. Now, we don't use the phrase forward head posture in Alexander technique teaching. Usually we would regard what chiropractors would call forward head posture as getting stuck in the fight or flight reflex. So if a loud noise was to go off behind you, we all react in pretty much the universal way. The head goes forward into what chiropractors call forward head posture. It rotates back, compressing the neck and compressing the torso. The shoulders rise up, the torso is compressed, so everything becomes smaller and tighter. Now this is a great reaction when things start falling on top of you. Or when you're fighting, this can be a great position to fight out of, because you're making yourself smaller, less of a target to get hit. But as far as regular life concerned, this position usually doesn't serve you. People are not less likely to hurt you, to wound you in the things they say if you get yourself stuck in fight or flight reflex. So instead of diagnosing exercises to overcome fight or flight reflex, the Alexander teacher will help you to notice your reactions, which usually involve a great deal of unnecessary tightening around the suboccipital joint, the head jutting forward, kind of distorting your alignment, and just help you notice your reactions to stimuli, such as a phone going off. Let's say my cell phone suddenly started ringing right now. Many people would react with some version of fight or flight, with this compressing and getting sucked into what's going on in their phone, just kind of collapsing in around the phone or the computer. So as an Alexander technique teacher, I view my primary responsibility as helping people simply to notice and to become aware of their reactions to stimuli. Once they become aware of their reactions to stimuli, then we can work on inhibiting those habitual reactions that do not serve them. And by letting go of these interfering, unnecessary tension patterns, people will naturally come into good use, into alignment, into good posture, to moving with ease, and the breath will free up. The thinking will become more clear, and the emotions will be less heavy and distorted.